Look at these idiots. God damn. Look at these. Look at this legion. You. You stupid unwashed legion of dementia infested with. All of you. You.
Woo! Legend has it that man is still standing on the side of the road screaming expletives at every DC trucker convoy driver that there is. But little known fact, he doesn't agree with their protest. By the way, their protest, which is about anti-vaccines, masks, Biden election, CRT, Mr. Potato Head, trans bathrooms, athletes, it doesn't matter. They're protesting life. So as they continue to circle, they've started their Beltway protest. I haven't seen what's looked like this morning yet though, but Right Side Broadcasting Network, they still gave them some more positive attention with this scintillating video that they ran for 3 hours. I'm only gonna give you like 20, 30 seconds of it. They ran for 3 hours. Watch. I apologize. It was like 20 seconds too long, but they just slapped the camera over an overpass. You can see the fence that were kind of getting outlined through it. And they just said, let's just leave this up here and broadcast it. Okay, so by the way, one of the things that they are protesting are those ridiculous gas prices. Gas prices, big diesel trucks circling, going nowhere. Where that's going. Let's talk about those gas prices, by the way, because from Raw Story, they did break this down, how this could work. So as some have noticed, the convoy is going to be forced to pay out thousands for just a day of their protests. The lowest price for diesel in Hagerstown, Maryland is $3.93 a gallon, according to GasBuddy, and the highest is $4.56. So at an average of $4.25 per gallon, and the average trip from Hagerstown to 495 and around the Beltway and back to Hagerstown is about 184 miles. So that means each drive from Hagerstown, a loop around the Beltway and back to Hagerstown will cost about $120 each trip for one truck. So if there's 100 trucks, that's about $12,000 in diesel fuel. And also, continue on, the truckers intend to increase the number of loops that they will make each day. That means on Monday, today, they will travel 248 miles for 2 loops. Day 3 will be 312 miles. By the end of the week, each truck in the convoy will be using up 440 miles in diesel, which will cost them approximately $287 for the trip. For just 20 trucks, that's over $5,700. The convoy has raised over 1.5 million, pretty good. If they count for the cost of their return home, that means they're likely to run out of cash fairly quickly, David. So I'm not sure if people are gonna start listening to them now that they're circling the Beltway and tying up traffic, because the Beltway is usually wide open.
I'm just so glad I don't live in DC anymore, because I guarantee there's nothing that makes anybody angrier than if there's bad traffic on the Beltway and you gotta get somewhere. And I guarantee there are some Republicans who live both in Maryland and in Virginia and in the District of Columbia. And I guarantee that with trucks circling around causing traffic jams, you're gonna turn a lot of Republicans into anti-truckers very, very quickly. And of course, then there are accidents that are being caused. Yep. It's not easy to navigate an 18-wheeler truck around the Beltway. It's not like a lot of Beltways where there's more space. This is just a recipe for disaster, and it's just stupid. I mean, Washington, DC, the Beltway, Maryland, Virginia, they've already lifted masks in schools. We're past this. These guys have lost their opportunity. Go home.
Well, they have to find their way home first, and some of them are still stuck on the Beltway. Let's look at this, because Zachary Patrizio, he pointed this out. He's the reporter for the Daily Beast. He tweeted this out. He was there apparently. After taking a lap, I think it's fair to say that the circular Beltway left the truckers defeated this afternoon, as most of them have been separated from one another by standard traffic. It's crazy how traffic works. Also, we continued on. I just pulled off near the I-270 interchange, and so far 6 trucks have peeled off after seemingly only completing 1 of 2 Beltway laps. That's for Sunday, as the lead trucks push on for a second. So they're getting separated. They're off to the side because they're getting lost. They don't know exactly where they're going. Maybe some of these guys are from Kansas or from Missouri or from California or Washington State. They don't know how to get around because it's a new surrounding and it's a big truck on the Beltway. So as you mentioned, there was also accidents, and there was several accidents that took place, but these actually had to do with what happened with other cars. None of the trucks were actually involved in the collisions, but they definitely contributed to it. So several accidents took place as it wrapped on the Beltway. That's what WTOP traffic said. And the group was driving between 45 and 55 miles an hour, following each other in one lane to slow things down. Now, it isn't unusual for accidents to be there, but there's significantly lower traffic on Sundays, which means there's fewer accidents. But the accidents did not involve the truckers, as I pointed out. And they indicated their efforts caused some of these accidents. So, I mean, as you mentioned, David, nobody's on these guys' side. Or if the few people that are like, now you wrecked my Prius, bro, calm down.
And I guarantee at least some of the truckers are like, oh my God, what have I got myself into? Because there's nothing more harrowing than trying to drive on the Beltway. And oh, by the way, driving a truck on the Beltway when people are screaming at you and shouting, "We're number one," all that kind of stuff. It's crazy. And so I guarantee a lot of these truckers are like, okay, this isn't quite like parking on the streets of Ottawa where people come to bring you soup and cookies.
Yeah.
The Beltway is a totally different story.